Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Claudia Nyree. And if you have arrived on this page, then you came so we could talk about combining fragrances. So if this is something you will be interested in getting into, today we're going to talk about Peace, Pink Prosecco, and Black Cherry Merlot. Stay tuned. Okay, let's get into it. Peace, which is iced raspberry Bellini. I was able to get this at the semi-annual sale. It is chilled Prosecco, sparkling raspberry, and citrus twist. You can actually combine this with any of those notes, any raspberry, anything that has citrus, or anything that has a champagne bubbliness. But what I like to combine it with is High Tide by Alter Collections. This fragrance has raspberry, berry fruits, pineapple, whipped cream, black currant, ice cream vanilla, and white musk. Oh, this smells so good. But sometimes in this fragrance, the raspberry note can kind of disappear. So that's where I combine the two of these together, and it gives me more raspberry in the note. Try it. It's absolutely delicious. Now, this fragrance can be worn on its own, so I'm not saying that you have to compare the two. It just enhances it. And if you have like a Burlington or a big box shop, you can even get raspberry tuberose. This is pure raspberry. This is pure raspberry. And again, it just enhances that raspberry note. So if you're looking for a raspberry fragrance to wear with this, right, you want to spray your whole clothing. I actually spray my clothing. So I spray my clothing with the body spray, and I spray my body with the fragrance. I would go with this one. Or you can even combine these two together. Say you don't want to do body spray. You can combine these two fragrances, which enhance the raspberry that sometimes comes up missing in this fragrance. And these two will work together like magic. Black Cherry Merlot. This one too was able to be found. It was in different packaging at the semi-annual sale that they just had. But this is an oldie but goodie. This fragrance here is just black cherry, or should I say dark cherry, black raspberry, and that wine Merlot fragrance. So what I love to pair that one with is Robe Noir. This fragrance is cherry, almond, red berries, rose tea, vanilla, and tonka bean. And it has a patchouli iris dry down or a base to it, but it is just absolutely delicious. So this is a fragrance. If you have this one in your collection, I would actually pair it with Black Cherry Merlot. I had to smell it. This is one of my favorites. This is an easy reach. I always go for this one. This is really good. But together, it's magic. Now, again, while you're out at this big box shop, they're going to have a lot of these. TJ Maxx, Burlington. It's really affordable. I think I might have paid all of $12.95 or something like that for it. It was really not that high. But this one here is Black Cherry Tonka Bean. The black cherry, again, with those notes, you combine the notes, a fragrance that would have the notes in it, and it works like magic. It smells absolutely delicious. The black cherry in this, when sprayed on the outer layer of your body have this fragrance on it. You smell like a dark, delicious, delectable cherry all day. This is a great fragrance. And surprisingly, in cool weather here in Texas, it works like magic. Take the two, Tuberose Noir, Black Cherry Tonka Bean, and it's going to take the tonka bean and cherry notes in this fragrance and enhance it. And there is where you get longevity. I've heard people say that in this fragrance, they didn't get a lot of longevity. Put them together, you're going to get longevity. Now this fragrance here, Pink Prosecco. I don't really remember when this came out. I know that it was one of my favorites. I'm going to say it came out in 2016, but I really could be mistaken. It is great. It has pink Prosecco. It has raspberry. It has, not raspberry, I'm sorry. It has nectarine. It has God. It's an old packaging, so I don't have all the pricing. So let me take the time to actually look it up for us. But if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it has nectarine, has grapefruit. Let's see. Hopefully they still have it on the website, which they probably don't. So it has fruity notes. It has floral notes to it. Wild pomegranate. That was the note that I was having a hard time trying to remember. Wild pomegranate, pink prosecco, soft jasmine, juicy nectarine, and white woods. I actually use this very sparingly because I am so scared that they're never going to come back with this fragrance. But it actually smells so good. This is one of the body sprays that I actually use on its own. It's good. But the nectarine. So let me tell you, what can you add to this? If you just want to make it more of a wearable fragrance, and all day you don't have to respray it. Combine it with wild fruit. Wild fruit. First of all, Mancera is my favorite. As we go off throughout this journey, you're going to realize that I love Mancera. I'm going to have to, in the comments below, tell me if you want me to do a collection of Mancera. But that is one of my favorite lines. But wild fruit has kumquat, citrus notes, lemon, grapefruit, fruity notes, black currant, peach, apple, violet, white musk, and cedar. So what happens is when you combine all of those fruity notes, which is kind of citrus-like, right? You combine that with the more citrus floral notes that's inside of white Prosecco. It's like an enhancement. It's an instant enhancement. It gives just a little more fruitiness to this fragrance as if it needs it. But if you wanted to add more, it will. The nectarine will combine with the lemon, the grapefruit, and the kumquat. And then the base of the fragrance, which is more violet and cedar, would then combine with the jasmine that's in this fragrance and that white woods. Together, they're not perfect twins, but they're sisters, and they work amazing together. But if you want to take white fruit, now I don't have one that I would combine as of yet because I have a lot. You can take Lost Cherry and combine with this fragrance if you wanted to. You also can take, what's another fruity one that I have? Often I like to pick fruity ones. So you can even take Rose Vanille, right, and add it with this one, because it'll take Rose Vanille and with this one having rose and vanilla and add some fruitiness to it. Delicious. I've tried it. So that's what I would take any fragrance, because wild fruit is just that. Anything you want to add some fruit to it, Wild Fruit by Mancera will do it for you. I want to thank you for coming to my page. Here, we're going to talk about combining fragrances. We'll probably get into more of my fragrance collection, certain different types of brands. If this is something that you would be interested in, please subscribe, share it, give it to anyone that you think of who have always wanted to know some fragrances they can combine. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you, and I'm going to see you on the next video.